Thank you, les explorateurs. Right out of French Quarter. Give them a round of applause. Good evening, everyone. And once again, welcome to Coffee and Soda Biscuits Nomads, Bonfire Children, Storytelling Night. I am Sabrina, President of Coffee and Soda Biscuits, and we welcome you today to this wonderful adventure under the stars, filled with stories, laughter, and imagination. This event is all about celebrating the joy of storytelling that we lost, particularly for our children, for you, our children. Stories are a powerful way to pass on traditions, share lessons, and spark the imagination. And what better setting for it than this beautiful night around a glowing bonfire when it catches. I would like to thank Les Fruits de Mer Association for providing this incredible space, and to les explorateurs, and of course to our amazing storytellers for making this night possible. Without your contribution, this wonderful evening wouldn't be happening. So let's give them all a round of applause for having you here this evening. I have to apologize for one specific, should I say, mishap. We were supposed to have snacks and drinks, but our provider seems to be either late or absent, so I do apologize for that. Sorry, kids and parents. I do hope they come during the storytelling, but so far they are absent. So, but anyhow, we're going to start. So now it is our great pleasure to introduce someone who's no stranger for our local storytelling scene, especially here in French Quarter. Born and raised right here. Joselyne Arnell. Rise, please. She's a proud daughter of the soil. Her passion for storytelling has touched the hearts of both and young and old, keeping our traditions alive with her powerful and imaginative stories, whether she's telling a story of a Nancy or spinning a new adventure. Joselyne has a unique gift for bringing stories to life and captivating her audience. So without further ado, let's give a warm round of applause to Joselyne Arnell as she takes us on a journey.
Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Glad to be here. Proud to see so many people come out to listen to our story evening. Storytelling is a tradition of the Caribbean. It's a tradition we inherited far from when we came here from across the Atlantic. Storytelling was and still is very important to us because it's the opportunity to exchange between younger people, younger children like we have here this evening, and older people like myself. I came from a tradition of storytelling. My grandfather was a great storyteller, and my father also, for those who remember him, was also a great storyteller. So I wanted to keep this tradition on and to be able to use the opportunity and use the art of storytelling to bring a certain amount of knowledge to our young children. But storytelling respects several rules, and I'm going to set the rules now. There are 3 rules. So children, you have to listen carefully to be able to respect the 3 rules. The first rule, number 1, is quiet hush. Shh. Everybody has to be quiet. The second rule is that the storyteller myself, I can get tired sometimes. So when I get tired and I go click-crack, you have to reply to make me understand that you're there with me. So when I say click-crack, you say break my back. Click-crack. Break my back. Click-crack. Break my back. Good. Next thing is sometimes when I'm telling my story, I tend to forget certain things. and you have to help me. So when I say help me, you have to help me. So now and then in the story I would say, help me, and now you got to help me. And the last part is when I say sing along, you have to sing along. So some holding their heads already, but when I say sing along, we have to sing along. Now, a storytelling session never begins without a little warm up. We have to get warm up. Just like when we exercising, we have to warm up and stretch. Well, there we have to warm up. And the warm up is riddle. Who know why it's a riddle? A riddle is, I would give you some clues and you would have to find out what I'm talking about. So my first riddle is this. What have teeth but can't bite? A whale can bite. People can bite. A comb, good. A comb has teeth, but a comb can't bite nobody. A comb, where you comb your hair, they have the. Next riddle, what have legs but cannot walk? A fridge, a table, or a chair. Good. We going good. Third warm up. What have a neck but can't turn? A fan can turn. A giraffe can turn. A grasshopper. A tree have a neck. Adults, please. What have a neck that cannot turn? A bottle. Good. A bottle has a neck but cannot turn. Quiet hush, please. Quiet hush. Quiet hush. This is the story of a turtle. A turtle that lived in St. Martin long years ago. And that the turtle lived right here on this island. St. Martin wasn't as it is now. It was green. It had a lot of trees, fruit trees. It had a lot of vegetables. It had a lot of fresh water running. And it had fresh, cool breeze. Life was good in St. Martin in those days. Life was good. And only animals live there. Only animals live in St. Martin. No human being, only animals live there. It had dogs, help me. It had cats, help me. It had turtles, goats, cows, turkey, sheep, iguana, good, monkeys, donkeys, good, dogs, quiet hush. So you understand it had a lot of animals, and the animals lived good together. They used to help each other. When one animal needed to go and plant pigeon peas, all the others used to come and help. When they needed to dig sweet potato, all came to help. When they needed to grate cassava, all came together to help. That was what they called their jollification. They spent a lot of time working together and having fun together like we having fun now. But in that village in St. Martin, they had one problem. It wasn't really a problem. It was something nice. It was turtle. Turtle could run fast. Turtle used to run up Paradise Hill, pick mangoes, run come down the hill fast before anybody else reach up. Turtle used to run Galleon Beach, pick salt by the salt pond, run come back before anybody else could reach. Turtle could move fast. Running fast. Turtle was fast. Crick crack. Crick crack. Turtle used to move so fast, everybody used to admire Turtle. Everybody loved Turtle. So they gave her a lot of names, different names. They gave her names. Fast legs, they used to call her, because her legs run so fast. They used to call her Speedy Plus, because she runs so fast. Help me, what other name they could have given her?
Flash.
Flash, they used to call her Flash, because she runs so fast.
What? Sonic.
Sonic, because she runs so fast. Quick crack, break my back.
Quick crack.
I say quick crack, you say break my back. Quick crack. But Turtle used to move so fast, Turtle was a boaster. So Turtle would go around boasting, I the fastest of them all. I faster than Bolt. I the fastest of them all. I faster than lightning. I the fastest of them all. Faster than Sonic. And all day long, Turtle would boast. Turtle say, I faster than Shakari. I faster than Usain Bolt. Quick crack. Nothing wrong with boasting. All of us does boast. I does boast too. I show you the boast. You the boast, right? You the boast too? Nothing wrong with a boaster. It's good to boast when you're sure you're good. But Turtle was a boaster, but not only. She used to pick on the other animals too. She used to push them around. She used to pick on them and look for trouble with them. So what we call that kind of person? Help me. Good. Turtle was a bully. Bullying all the animals, mostly the slow animals. She used to bully them. Turtle even had a song for them. When she see the slow animals, give me a slow animal there. Help me, please. A snail. When Turtle see the snails, she had a song that goes like this. The song goes like this. Slow, get out my way, move. Slow, get out my way. Slow, get out my way. Slow. The animals were tired with Turtle all day long. They couldn't do anything. If they sitting down quiet and listening to a story like we here, and Turtle appear and she see snail or she see another slow animal, Turtle would go on.
Slow, get out my way, move. Slow, get out my way, move.
So of course the animals were tired with that. They couldn't walk. When they trying to walk together, Turtle would start.
Slow, get out my way, move.
When they studying, so they had to study and just like y'all, they went to school, they had to study. When they studying, Turtle would go.
Slow, get out my way, move.
All day long. So the animals get so tired of that. They get together in a little susu. A susu is when you get together and you talk secretly and you don't want nobody hear your business, but you're talking. So a susu, yeah, when you're talking, and you don't want nobody hear what you're saying, it's a susu. So the other animals gather together in a susu and they decided what they're going to do. So the next day they was going to have a jollification. Remember, jollification is when you have to plant or you have to reap something and everybody comes to help. So the next day they had a jollification and they needed to work. They didn't want to hear Turtle's stupid song.
Slow, get out my way, move. Slow, get out my way, move.
So they decided to pick manjack fruit. Who know manjack?
Not me.
Young people don't know manjack, but older people might know manjack. You know manjack? You know manjack? You know manjack? Well, manjack is a tree that bears a little fruit, and the fruit is sticky, just like glue. Now you know, but you don't know the name. Long ago in school days, when we didn't have coal, we didn't have glue, we used manjack to stick whatever we had to stick. So the animals decided to pick all the manjack in French Quarter. All the manjack in French. Clamor cherry. You see, clamor cherry. We let's take a berry, right? Culture coming back. We say manjack. So the animals decided to pick clamor cherry, stickerberry, manjack, whatever you want to call it, and they put it round and round and round and round turtle house. Quiet hush, please. Quiet hush. Crick crack. So the next morning, all the animals wake up early to go do their work to do the jollification. And Turtle hear the animals outside. So Turtle want to come outside now to pick up trouble. She hear people outside, so Turtle want to come outside to pick up trouble. So she want to sing her song. What her song is, you know?
Slow, slow, get on my way, move. Slow, slow, get on my way, move.
So Turtle put her foot outside. What happened? Steak. That's the first food. She put the other one outside. She put the next one outside. Next one. Turtle try everything to get rid of the glue. She tried everything. She tried coconut water. What happened? It didn't work. She tried alkalado. She tried bay rum. She tried, what else she can try? Help me. Water. They didn't work. Turtle was stuck. But now Turtle stuck with. She's stuck with the glue. And she's stuck where? In her house. So now, for Turtle to move, she have to move with the whole house on her back. Anybody ever see a turtle moving around? Turtle have to move with her house on her back. But could she walk fast now and run fast like she used to do first? Now Turtle become the slowest animal in the city, in the town, in the village, because Turtle have to move wherever she go now with her house on her back. So Turtle can't sing the song no more. Because now Turtle is the slowest animal. So she can't bully nobody. So you know, if you see a turtle, what you'll do? Then you become a bully too. If you saying slow, slow, get out of the way for turtle, then you become a bully too. So next time you see turtle, do not sing that song. Because that's a bully song, so we ain't singing that song. But tonight, no turtles are wrong, so we could sing. Slow, slow.
Get on my way, move. Slow, slow, get on my way, move. Slow, slow, get on my way, move.
And that's the end of the story. That's the story that makes us understand why Turtle has to move around with her house on her back. And as my grandfather used to say to end his story, he used to always say, I was there. And as a child, when I hear I was there, I know the story going to end. So I was there too. And I walk on a lead. And a lead bend. And the story ends. Thank you. It's Sabrina. So how was the story?
Good.
So what lesson we learned from this story? We learned a song, but what lesson we learned?
No bullying.
No bullying. No bullying at all. No more bullying. So you see, from a story we can learn something. No matter how simple the story is, it's always a learning experience. So like there's no turtle around, we're going to sing for a while again.
Slow, slow, get on my way, move. Slow, slow, get on my way, move. Slow, slow, get on my way, move. Slow, slow, get on my way, move.
Thank you very much.
Eat?
So how I enjoyed that first part with Madame Joselyne on it. How did you enjoy it about the turtle? Alright. I would like to give a special thank you to Danica. Where is she? I'm not seeing her. There she is over there. She's hiding. She sponsored us some water for you guys. So we're going to come around and distribute some water for the children. And much more is going to come. So thank you, Danica, for sponsoring that wonderful gift for us. Thank you so much. We're going to come around and give some water to the children. And once again, we apologize for that, but circumstances, you know, things happen, and we have some water going on. All right, so we're going to continue. So now get ready for our next storyteller who bring the old time days with every word he speaks. Our next performer is someone who has a remarkable way of weaving stories to transport you to different times. Papa UMPO is a master of storytelling, known for his powerful voice and the way he draws into his tales. Papa UMPO knows just how to keep the audience on the edge of their seats.
Hello?
So let's give a round of applause
Hello?
for Papa UMPO and let us journey into the world.
Hello?
Good evening, boys and girls.
Good evening.
And to all the big boys and girls, good evening too. Good evening. I know you like stories too, though. Not just the little boys and girls, the big boys and girls. You like stories too, right? All right. Now, I am going to tell you a story, or maybe two. But are you sure? Now you got to promise me something. That when I tell you the story, that you want to tell it to somebody else. You could tell it to your friend at school, your uncle, your sister, your cousin, brother, child, whoever to be. You have to tell the story to somebody else. You promise me that? You got to promise me that. Because a story is only good when it is told. If you have a whole heap of stories in your head and you never tell these stories, then they ain't no good. So you got to tell the story to somebody else. Now anybody in here from Colombia? Over not anybody? Father not? No? Nobody nobody live up there? You live up there? You from up there? Alright then. Well, let me tell you the story. Before my time, before your time, before anybody you know time, it used to have an old lady living up in Colombia. And she had two granddaughters. One of them name was Nora. What I say her name was?
Nora.
You listening to me good? The other one, me, you know her name. Because the old people them who tell me the story never tell me her name. Well anyhow, one day, Nora and her sister went to the grandmother. They live on one side of the hill. And they went to grandma and said, Grandma, we could go on the other side of the hill to pick cherries. Because they had a lot of cherries them times on the other side of the hill. Nora, grandmother said, you could go. Go, no problem. Just make sure you come back before it is dark. Don't stay out past the dark. Make sure you come back. So Nora and her sister set out. They come down the hill from the outside of the hill and they cross. Now if you know Colombia, they have a gut, right? The old people call it a dry gut or a dry gutter. Because most of the time it is dry, tea and water. But when the water coming down in the place there, you know how to be, right? All right then. So they cross the dry gut and they come over on the other side and they went up the other hill, the other side of the hill to pick cherries. And Nora and her sister start to pick cherries. They picking cherries, man. Nora jumping from trees to trees.
Oh, yeah,
She jumping around stone. And she pick a whole set of cherries. Her sister, she trying to pick cherries, but her sister wasn't so good at picking cherries like Nora. So Nora pick a whole basket full up of cherries. Big basket. Nora's sister, she was a little girly, like this little girl here, and she only pick a little handful of cherries. So they sit down under a cherry tree and they start to eat cherries. They start to eat. Nora eating from her basket, and her sister, she eating from her hand. Well, it's like Nora's basket they're so full, it's like it wouldn't get empty. Her sister eat. Then when her sister had one cherry leaf back, she said, "I'm saving this one cherry for grandma. I'm gonna carry this home for grandma so I can give it to her." Nora said, "I pick my cherries by myself. And I ain't giving them to nobody. No, me, I gonna eat them all by myself. Me ain't giving nobody not." So now it was time to go home, and they have to cross the dry gut or the dry gutter to go home on the other side. Now when they reach the dry gut now, and it's time to cross, you ain't got no water in it. They put their foot down in the dry gut to cross. Nora and her sister. And all of a sudden, they hear this voice coming from the dry gut. "If you don't give me a cherry, you'll not cross here. If you don't give me a cherry, you'll not cross here. Dry gutter gon' come down and wash you away." Boy, Nora and her sister so frightened. They start to tremble. They don't know what to do. They look around. They ain't see nobody. They look up in the trees. They ain't see nobody. They look behind the big stones. They ain't see nobody. So they're frightened. Well, they still have to go home. So they put their foot in the dry gut again to cross. And when they put their foot in the dry gut again to cross, you hear the voice coming from the dry gut again. "If you don't give me a cherry, you'll not cross here. If you don't give me a cherry, you'll not cross here. Dry gutter gon' come down and wash you away." Nora and her sister so frightened, they don't know. They don't know what to do. So they're trembling. And Nora, when they put their foot in the dry gut again. Now, I want you to help me say it. Yeah? I want you to help me say it. Say it, all right? When they put their foot in the dry gut again, Nora's sister take the one cherry that she had and she threw it in the dry gut. And when she threw it in the dry gut just open up, and Nora's sister cross over, she cross over on the other side. So Nora's sister now on the other side, and Nora still on the other side with her basket of cherries. Oh, you think Nora gonna leave a basket of cherries behind? No. Nora come up to the gut again, and she put the foot in the dry gut. And when she put that foot in the dry gut, help me say it. If you don't give me a cherry, you don't cross here. If you don't give me a cherry, you don't cross here. Dry gutter gon' come down and wash you away. But Nora still wouldn't give the gutter a cherry. And her sister on the other side just watching all what happening, but she wouldn't give the gutter a cherry. She hold on tight to her cherry, and so all of a sudden, all of a sudden the water start to come down, and the water start to come down, and the water come, and the water start to meet her right here. So what did be there? By the neighbor, the water meeting her by the neighbor right there. You know what Nora do? She take a basket of cherries and she pull it up like this, and she hold it up in the air like this, and she do so. She ain't giving up now. So she put her foot in the dry gut again to cross, And when she put the foot in the dry gut again to cross, you just hear the same voice. Help me say it. If you not give me a cherry, you not cross. If you not give me a cherry, you not dry gut gon' come down and wash you away. Nora still wouldn't give the gutter a cherry, and so the water start to come down. The water start to come down, and the water start to come down, and the water start to meet her here also. And Nora take her basket, and one foot up in the air like this, the water got her like this, and she hold up her basket like this, and she wouldn't give the gutter a cherry. And her sister on the other side, she started to get real frightened. So she's real frightened. So she said to Nora, she said, dis-moi Nora, dis-moi, Nora, dis-moi. A dry gutter gon' come down and wash you away. Oh, you think Nora listen to her sister? No. Nora hold on to a basket of cherry like this, and now the water start to meet her right up under here also. The boys and girls, tell me. If the water meet up here above this thing here, what gonna happen to her?
She gonna die.
She gonna what?
She gonna die.
She gonna drunk, she gonna die? But no, the water meeting her right up under there also. Nora hold on to a basket of cherry like this, and the water got her like this, and she wouldn't give the gutter a cherry. She wouldn't really give the gutter a cherry. And she put her foot down again, and when she put her foot down again, the voice come from the dragon. Let me hear you. If you not give me a, you not cross here. If you not give me a, you not. A dragon gon' come down and. That's right. And Nora wouldn't give got that, and all of a sudden, you think the gutter was Rex all the time?
Yes.
And no, the gutter get wet. The gutter just like they stop. They spin around. They take up a whole heap of mud, put it in the air like this. Whole heap of sticks and bush and stones and all that. Put it in the air like this. And then the gutter make one more spin. And the gutter come around and go. The gutter come around and go. Plash! The gutter take Nora and wash her. And wash her, and wash her, come Nora, and then wash her, and then wash her, wash her, wash her, wash her, wash her, wash her, wash her. Say right there, wash her, wash her, wash her away. Nora went one way, the basket went one way, the cherries went one way. Oh, Nora's sister on the other side watching all of this, and she frightened because she come to pick cherries with her sister, and now she can't go home with her sister. So she frightened. She saying, why you going to tell grandma? What if I going to say to grandma today, boy? And when she turned her back to go home, she only hear you ever see a gutter, a dry gut, a river flow the other way? Well, that day, the gutter flow the other way. They take the basket and they bring it and they put it back right there. Push! Right where Nora was standing. They spin around and take all the cherries and put them in the basket. And they spin around one more time and take Nora. Where Nora is? Where she is? Little Nora. Nora, where people go? Oh, I don't look at what. But you here. They take Nora and they bring her right back to also where she was by her basket of cherries. Oh, you think Nora gonna leave her basket of cherry behind? No, sir. Nora look at the basket of cherry, look at the basket of cherry. Then she look at the dragon, look at the dragon. She look at the basket of cherry, look at the basket of cherry. She look at the dragon, she look at the dragon. Nora take up a basket of cherry, take up a basket of cherry. She take up a basket of cherry. And Nora decides she crossing with her basket. She put her foot in the dragon. Put your foot in the dragon. When she put the foot in the dragon, got this time, she heard the voice say, if you not give me a cherry, you not cross here. But before the gutter could continue, Nora take the whole basket of cherry and dash them in the dragon. Dash them in the dragon. And so the gutter opened and Nora run. And she run. And she run. And she run all the way home. Straight under her grandmother bed to hide. And her sister, bye. She laughed all the way home. I don't know that all the time of the story. Somebody asked what she laughing about. Well, listen now. Listen. She laughed all the way home. She laughed so much the old people say that her mouth here, bust open. They said that their grandmother them take sugar and paste it up. Don't ask me about that because me know I just telling her the story how I get it. So now when Nora reach home and her sister, the two of them reach home now. They sit down to tell Grandma what happened. And Grandma said to them, well, if I look up in the sky late at night, are you gonna learn something? If you listen to the breeze as it passes through the trees, you're gonna learn something. And if you listen to the dry gut or the dry gutter, are you gonna learn something too? Boys and girls, can anybody tell Papa UMPO what is that Nora and her sister learned that day? Anybody? What they learn? That's right, to give other persons to, and what we call that? To share. That's right, and not be greedy. Like some people, don't be craving. Okay, don't be craving. So the story end and the wire bend, and I write my mother with a fountain pen.
Wow, thank you, Papa UMPO. How I enjoy that one. Are you having fun so far? Wow, I even here until the moon, look at it, the moon rise and we have a beautiful half moon. Under the bonfire, really. I'm glad that I hear about Noah's story. I hear about the turtle. Are you ready for some more? Alright, well, we'll continue with Madame Joselyne Arnell on her next story.
And this is a Nancy story. We all hear about Nancy. But we need to be quiet, quiet hush. Quiet hush, quiet hush. Everybody grab a seat.
Next story.
Next story is a Nancy story. Everybody sit down. Quiet hush. So this story is Nancy. Nancy the spider. Nancy is a trickster. And Nancy always wants to get away with something. She never wants to do what she has to do. She always wants to get away with something. So this is the story about Nancy in the rock stone. So any day you see a Nancy spider, you could go ahead and sing the rock stone song. And the rock stone song goes like this. Rickety, rickety, drop your rocks and go. Rickety, rickety, drop your rocks and go. Rickety, rickety, drop your rocks and go. Let's go. So this story, all my stories take place in St. Martin. That's a problem with my stories. All of them take place right here in St. Martin. But long, long ago, and of course St. Martin wasn't like this, how it was according to you. It had animals all over, and what else it had? I need some help. It had a lot of bush, it had a lot of fruit trees, it had a lot of everything, and the animals lived happily together. So the animals used to spend a lot of time like we spending here together under the moonlight, under the flamboyant tree, telling stories, with the bonfire, enjoying ourselves, eating peanuts and things. They used to have good times. And sometimes the animals used to have to work. Of course, they had to work together. And when they worked together, they used to cook a big pot of food. What kind of food you think they used to cook? Locre is right. That's what they used to cook. One pot. Locre. They cook one pot of locre and they used to share the pot of locre after they finish work. And oftentimes they used to go to work together. But they had a problem. One problem they had was Anansi the spider. Anansi was lazy. Anansi didn't want to help, never want to help. If you have to reap potatoes and you tell Anansi, tomorrow we reaping potatoes. What lazy Anansi used to say? No, not tomorrow, I'm busy. If they have to pick pigeon peas and they say, Anansi, tomorrow we have to pick pigeon peas. Why Anansi would say? No. Everything you ask Anansi to do, Anansi say no. Anansi used to like to stay up in the tamon tree all day long, lazy, up in the tamon tree looking down at everybody. So when the animals had to go walk in the garden, it was a place just like Papa Umpo talked about. They had to cross a gut. But over the gut, it had a bridge. And the bridge was an old rickety bridge. So when they passed over the bridge, they had to be very careful. Going across to the garden was no problem. It was coming back that was a problem. Coming back was a problem because they had to come back with the heavy bags of food on their back and they had to bring it over the rickety bridge. And when they walking across the rickety bridge going rickety, ricketa, rickety, ricketa, rickety, ricketa. And it was so scary in the evening like this. I was so when they coming across the bridge, because across the bridge on the two sides of the bridge they had trees, flamboyant trees what were getting scary shadows like that, and everybody used to say that they had zombies, that zombies used to live by the bridge, and zombies used to come out in the night to trouble the people passing over the bridge, and you had to be careful because of the zombies and everything. So one day, Monkey passing across the bridge with a bag of potato. So Monkey coming across the bridge with his bag of potato, and he hears something go, rickety, ricketa, drop your bag and go. Monkey gets so frightened, what do you think he would do? So he dropped his bag and he dropped the bag and next day, Mongoose coming across the bridge with he bag of Tanya seed. He coming out of the garden, rickety, ricketa, with he bag of Tanya seed. And he hear the same thing. What did he hear? Rickety, ricketa, drop your bag and go. So he dropped his bag of Tanya seed and he gone. Next day, Donkey coming down the bridge, coming past the bridge now. Donkey coming across the bridge with a bag of cassava on his back. And you know Donkey already like to take his time. So Donkey coming across, and what he hear? Drop your bag and go. The animals start to find that suspicious. They say, but we didn't have that problem before. All of a sudden we got this problem about rickety, ricketa, drop your bag and go. But what was suspicious is that the next day on the market, who's selling fruits and vegetables?
Who's selling it?
Anansi who don't plant, Anansi who don't reap, Anansi who don't have to cross the bridge. Every morning Anansi got fresh fruit selling on the market. So the animals gather together in a susu. Remember what's a susu? What's a susu? When you come together to talk a secret and you want nobody know what you're talking about. So they get together and they plan a susu, something to solve that problem with Anansi. So the next day, Mongoose gone across the bridge. He hear, what he hear? Rickety, rickety, drop your bag and go. So he drop his bag and he gone. So they gone down by the market now. In his bag he had guinea corn. He was planting guinea corn, so the bag was full of guinea corn. When he gone down to the market, who down on the market selling guinea corn?
Who you think selling guinea corn?
Nancy down on the marketplace selling guinea corn. But the scariest thing of all is that Nancy was singing a song. And she was singing a song. Listen to the song carefully. The song goes like this. Rickety, rickety, come and buy and go. Rickety, rickety, come and buy and go. Rickety, rickety, come and buy and go. What do you think about that song? What do you think about the first song and this song?
They're the same. They sound the same.
They're the same songs. So the animal them start to get suspicious. They say, but the song we hearing by the bridge and this song and Nancy singing sound the same. So the next day now, goat gone up and in the garden, and goat coming down. He hear rickety, 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 drop your bag and go. So he drop his bag and he went. And they gone down by the animal gone down by the market now. Go stand up, go see what going on down by this market. What you think happening by this market today?
What do you think happened?
What will happen by the market today? Huh? She had nothing? We gonna see. When Nancy opened her bag to set out her vegetables on the market, and Nancy sure she had things to sell. What you think came out of the bag? A bunch of rock stones. So the animal, they start to sing now. They got a song on Nancy. And what their song was? Well, the song goes like this. Rickety, rickety, pick up your rock stone and go. Rickety, rickety, pick up your rock stone and go. Pick up your rock stone and go. From that day on, everybody had the truth about Anansi. Everybody knew Anansi was lazy. Not only lazy, Anansi liked to steal. But from that day, Anansi learned her lesson. Remember we say with a story, you always learn something. Put away your phone. With a story, you always learn something. So what we learn with this story?
What you learn?
Don't be lazy. Don't be a bully. Stop stealing. Those are the three things we learn. So tonight we're going to sing an MC song. We're going to sing the song Rickety Ricketa, let's go. Rickety Ricketa, pick up your rocks and go. One more time. That's a poor choir there tonight. Rickety Ricketa, pick up your rocks and go. Pick up your rocks and go. Rickety Ricketa, pick up your rocks and go. Rickety Ricketa. Rickety Ricketa.
Pick up your rocks and go.
Thank you very much.
All right. Applause.
Thank you very much, Joselyne. How did you enjoy the Rickety Ricketa with Nancy? How I enjoyed it? Thank you, Joselyne. And of course, if I have any more questions for Joselyne, she's right here with us this evening. And of course, look out for her upcoming book. Yes, pretty soon it will be coming out, so look out for her upcoming book. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate, she's with us tonight. Before we continue, we're going through the crowd, distributing water. Now I get a little bit of sweet tooth. Some lollipops and things are being distributed. We excuse ourselves again for not having the goodies, but some sweets and stuff are being distributed, so get yours. We're going to continue staying.
Sit down.
I gotta sit down. Sit down. They're gonna come to you. They're gonna sit down. Sit down. They're gonna come to you. It's not over. Okay, with the water, we're gonna come and serve you. Alright? So sit down, take back all your seats, and we're gonna continue with Papa UMPO and his Anansi story. Give it up for Papa UMPO! And I want to see everybody participating and singing.
Alright, Zaida. Sit down, sit down.
All right, no, this is Anansi story. Now, you know, in St. Martin in the Caribbean, when we talk in stories, we call all the stories Anansi stories. Piso, yes. But it wasn't always like that. It wasn't always like that. You see, all the stories used to be called the king's stories. Because the king, he had owned everything. So when people talk stories, they used to say, we talking the king's stories. Now let me tell all you. Once upon a time,
Alright, let me listen.
before my time, before your time, before your great-grandmother time, before anybody you know time, there was this king. And this king was strong and powerful. And everybody loved and respected the king. Yes. But there was something about the king that nobody knew. Nobody at all. Only he and his wife, the queen, had known it. He had 3 daughters and nobody knew their names. None of them knew their names. Nobody.
How many daughters he had?
So one day,
3.
the king went upon his throne and he sat down and he said,
Listen good time.
anybody who can tell me the name of my 3 daughters would get to marry the youngest one, which the people say was the prettiest one, and they would get all the stories named after them. So when the men in the place hear this, all over the world men hear this, men start to come to try to find the name of the daughters of the king. So men come from Suriname, men come from Jamaica, men come from St. Kitts, men come from Guadeloupe, Martinique, men they had a French Quarter man. French Quarter man come up to the king. He said, Mr. King, I know the name of your daughters of the king. The king said, speak up, my son. Tell me the name. He said, what? One of them name is Louise. The other one name is Cynthia. And one of them name is Chamabel. The king said, sorry son, you're wrong. And all, look, Colby man come, Simpson Bay man come, Suckergard, all over, man come from all over the place, trying to guess the name of the daughters of the king. Nobody could guess the name of the daughters of the king. So one day, guess who find out about this thing? Anansi. Anansi hear this thing. So Anansi say, It's a long time. I just want to marry one of the king daughters. This, you know, Anansi just talk with Anansi just talk like that. He said, long time I want to find out. A long time I want to be the king and marry one of them daughters and I want them stories named after me. So Anansi decided that he have to find out the name of the daughters of the king. So Anansi put a plan together. Anansi get a whole set of fellas together and a whole set of girls. Girls, fellas, everybody he got together. And he start to teach them to play music. Anansi had somebody playing the guitar, somebody playing the trumpet, somebody playing the piano, somebody playing the horn, somebody playing the drum band like they were playing there. A whole set of people, Anansi get them together and Anansi start to teach, make them practice music. Then Anansi decide he has to find out the daughters of the king name. So Anansi wait till one day the king's 3 daughters went down to the sea to take a bath. And while they down there bathing, Nancy went out and find a basket weaver. You say, Mr. Basket Weaver, weave me the nicest basket you can. And Mr. Basket Weaver weave him a nice basket. Then he went to find a florist. He said, Miss Florist, make me the nicest bouquet of flower you can. And you can put blue flowers, pink flowers, green flowers, yellow flowers, black flowers, put all color flowers. And the florist make the bouquet of flowers. And Nancy put it in the basket. And then Nancy sneak into the king's house while the daughters down on the sea bathing. And Nancy put the flowers on the table. And Nancy sneak under the table. And Nancy sit quietly under the table. And Nancy under the table. While Nancy there quiet under the table, the king's daughters start to come. The first one come in the house. When she see the bouquet of flowers, she says, oh, what beautiful flowers. And she called her sister and she said, young Kiam come, young Kiam Piang come, young Kiam Piang. That's one of the name of her sister. His sister, he said, look, beautiful flowers. Her sister run inside, young Piam run inside. He said, oh, these flowers are so beautiful. And young Piam run out and she called the other sister. She said, she come in, she said, Margaret Powell alone, come. Margaret Powell alone, come see these beautiful flowers. And her sister show her the flowers. And guess who under the table listening? Who under the table listening? Nancy listening good. So Nancy get 2 names and the three of them they next one say Margaret Powell alone. Aren't these flowers beautiful? And guess who under the table listening? Nancy listening good to the name of the 3 daughters of the king. So Nancy say, I get the name now. So Nancy went out and he get the musicians, all of them, and he start to teach them a song. And this is the song that Nancy teach them. All of them line up and he start to teach them. Young, that's one name. Igila, that's 2 names. Margaret Powell alone. Young, Igila. Margaret Powell alone. I want you to help me. Young, Igila. Margaret Powell alone. Let me hear you. Young, Igila. Margaret Powell alone. And then Nancy make them practice and they practice and they come better and better. And Nancy say, I want all you to play a little faster and a little sweeter. So they start to sing it and play the music and sing the song a little faster and a little sweeter. Young, Igila. Margaret Powell alone. Let me hear you. Young, Igila. Margaret Powell alone. Let me hear you. Young Igila. Margaret Powell alone. And Nancy said, man, listen, I want all you to play faster, harder, sweeter, and they play faster, harder, sweeter. Young, Igila. Margaret Powell alone. Young, Igila. Margaret, and they play faster, louder, sweeter. Now Nancy said, okay, now it's time to go to see the king. So Nancy now put all the musicians in a big long line, and Nancy in front with the guitar. And they start to sing on the way to the king's palace. And they singing, young, Igila, Margaret Powell alone. Young, Igila, Margaret Powell alone. And when they reach by the king palace, he tell them sing harder, louder, sweeter, and they sing harder, louder, and sweeter. And then the king came out, come out on the balcony, he said, I hear the sound of music. And he look over, and when he look over, he see and Nancy and the whole set of musicians. And then Nancy say, fellas, girls, I want all you to sing harder, louder and sweeter. And then Nancy and them start to sing, young, 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 Igila, Margaret Powell alone, young, and they sing harder, louder, sweeter. And the king says, what is that I hear? Somebody is calling my daughter's name. And the king was so upset. The king fell over his balcony. And that was the end of the king. And then the queen, and Nancy them continue to sing. And they sing. Help me sing what they sing. Younky, yumpy, young. Igila. Margaret Powell alone. Younky, yumpy, young. Igila. Margaret Powell. And the queen, she said, I hear the sound of music. She said, she come out on the bus, she said, what is that I hear? Oh my goodness, somebody is calling my daughter's name. And the queen was so upset, she fell over the balcony. And that was the end of the queen as well. And so Nancy went and he married the youngest one, which the people them say was the prettiest one. And Nancy went and sat upon the throne, and Nancy became king, and all the stories were renamed Nancy stories. And so that is how today all the stories are called Nancy stories. And so the story end and the wire bend, and I write my mother with a fountain pen. Thank you.
How I enjoy the Anansi story, the origins of Anansi. How I enjoy it. With Pampa UMPO, thank you so much. Well, we've come to an end of this event, this first session of storytelling by Coffee and Soda Biscuits. We would really like to thank Joselyne, Arnell, and Papa UMPO for their wonderful storytelling. I think we went from Turtle to Anansi to Nora. I see all sorts of different facets of storytelling from St. Martin. And we really would like to thank Les Fruits de Mer Association for welcoming us in this wonderful area. We will be back. Are you coming back, right? Alright, so we will be back right here. We'll let you know when it's going to happen again. And we would like also to thank Les Explorateurs for their drum band, la Direction de l'Action Culturelle for always supporting us in our diverse action. Thank you once again, population, for being there. We have to keep our culture going. We have to keep our stories transmitting to our young children and children. We have more in store for you guys. So tell mommy and daddy to keep posted on all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. We're all over for stories. So before I leave, we have a little treat for the adults. We have a chicken soup. We can't end this wonderful night without a chicken soup. So we have a little chicken soup donated by Marjorie. Rohan is Explorateur, and we would like to share it with all the adults that are here tonight. So we're sharing it down here in the corner. So I'm going to see some Anansi and Jumbies. Maybe who knows if I come down that corner. Anyhow, enjoy the rest of the evening. Come home, go home safe. And I do hope that you enjoy Storytelling by Coffee and Soda Biscuits. Oh, Mark has maybe something he would like to oh yeah, I mustn't forget. We have treats for the children. When we pass the mic on to Mark.
Yes, we have some books. If you come into the little exhibit hall here, we have some books for kids, and we have some for adults too. So if you want one, we have free books for people.
So get your free book and then come back to some chicken soup under the half moon and the bonfire. Thank you once again, everyone. Thank you for coming out. See you soon.
feels good.